Alright, good morning folks. It's Paul Harrison here on Wednesday morning for your Wednesday morning Stock Market Express review. So we've got NRG, which is November Romeo Golf, bounce, bounce, bounce. Pretty decent range. I would say not the most ideal entry point though. That probably would have been the ideal entry point, but again it's broken down, so probably wouldn't be surprised to see that stock actually go down even further today. Then we have IMGN, upward trending stock, bounce, bounce, bounce. Again, it didn't give us a great entry point here. A lot of people probably may have seen this, got into the trade, and basically are probably still in the trade because it hasn't broken down. So, yep. Then we have HTZ, Hotel Tango Zulu, upward trending stock. Range is getting better. The highs are getting okay. We've got the highs going up like that, but obviously there's a lot more range than it was down here. Again, it's been pottering around on that support line for a while. Maybe missed it by a day or two. Then we have Rexi, REXI. Upward trending stock. It has been up to the $10 mark, currently down at the $8 mark. Yeah, this is be a bit of debate. I would say probably you'd have to use the low here, but seeing what comes in over the next day or two to be able to put you in that position. Then we have JBL. Again, folks, this is for people who are looking at the 2-year charts. I'm not a fan of 2-year charts, but there is some resistance around about that area there. More of a fan of the 1-year charts. Okay, so then we have MRC. Upward trending stock, a little bit of a gap down here, but an upward trending stock there nonetheless. Yeah, not much really else to say on that. It has been pretty high recently, well, previously, sort of May time. Sell off, a bit of a recovery, and then another sell off. MRC Global. Then we have Mike Oscar. Upward trending stock. There's some resistance around about the $37 mark. Again, your entry point is going to be important there. And the entry points don't look too bad there. They don't look too bad. Then we have MSB. Mike Sierra Bravo. Downward trending stock. Some support that's forming out around about 17. Maybe be keen to see what that does today. I mean, it's not a bad entry point, but it may give you a smaller entry point, something like that up there. If that happens, obviously it's a better entry point for you on that one. Then we have Nano. Upward trending stock. Lovely little entry point there. However, the sell-offs have been very, very bullish. Sorry, bearish. They've sold off quite aggressively. Let's clear the zoom. But then again, that stock has done this kind of thing before. But yeah, it's a pretty aggressive sell-off there. Something to be aware of. It has dropped very, very quickly. Then we have Nov. Resistance line around about the $75 mark. Bounce came pretty close there. Not ready to trade right now. There may also be people who are identifying a not really. That's a bit of a reach, that one. Okay. Then we have PRO. Upward trending stock. Came down nicely here. Looks like probably a day late on that. Then we have P10. Upward trending stock. Again, maybe it's just broken out. It did hover around. This probably would have been ultimately the best point of entry. Failing at this, it did come up a little bit and come back down. So then we have V for Victory or Visa. Upward trending stock, a bit of a glipsy there. Heavy sell-off, but the stock has been going up. A little bit of a consolidation here. Yeah, this makes me a little bit nervous. Don't know quite what happened there. Might be worth a little bit more look in, which is obviously not something I normally talk about. Then we have TSO, upward trending stock. Again, a reasonable entry point. You're obviously going to use a stop order. Ratios don't look too bad there. Then we have STX. Upward trending stock. Sell off here. Came down here. That's probably the perfect entry point right about there. And then it's continued to rally on. Then we got triple BY. Upward trending stock. Again, it's got a few days, I think, before we get into that. So, yep, one to possibly watch over the next couple of days. Then we have BKW. Upward trending stock. Stocks come down. That's a too big an entry point for my liking. So maybe the next day or two worth having a watch on that. Burger King Worldwide. Then we have CLGX. Horizontal line at around about the $29 mark. It's been down to 22. There is some internal resistance about 26. Internal support, sorry, at about 26, but it has been lower than that previously. So it's a good ratio, well, a good range there. Should have gone all the way down. Then we have MA. Upward trending stock. No problems with that. Yeah, I mean, that probably would have been the perfect entry point there. Went a little bit low, went a bit higher. So it's anyone's guess where that one's going to go today. Then we have CTXS. And I saw some resistance around about the $75 mark. Not one that is ready to trade right now, though. So there we go, folks. I hope that's been helpful. Again, plenty of trades, plenty of stocks out there, plenty of trades to take. So best of luck, and I'll speak to you Friday. Cheers, folks. Bye-bye.